respect to the lunch money, the ministry does not provide for lunch. This is an arrangement that is made between the schools and the parents, the 1,000 or the 1,500. That is an arrangement that is made for between those individual schools. And we, as a ministry, do not have a budget to give for lunch, but we do have the budget to do the school feeding program, where I indicated earlier that currently we are doing 2.6 million learners. But the vision for the ministry is to move this number to 10 million by year 2030. That is where we are trying to find out where do we get the resources to ensure that these children who require the school feeding are actually provided for, to avoid a situation where now the school feeding or the lack of food becomes a limitation to achieving the constitutional provision of the free education to our students. Again, it is a question of resources. It's a question of availing the resources. And generally, one of the conversations that we've started having is because we've noticed that there are quite a number of various bursaries, various scholarships, various contributions, various donors in the country. We are required, the Senate did write to us recently to undertake an audit of all the bursaries that we have that support our learners, so that we can have perhaps a single pot from where the resources then can be given to ensure that we have completely, comprehensively free education for our children. The funding gap, to Honorable Russell's question, has been there, and it's still there.
Kimaje, what's your order? What's your point of order? Minister, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On the issue of lunch, which my colleague has just asked about it, the Basic Education Act of 2013 establishes the county education boards. And it is this board that sit and agree on how much each county, they set the ratio, they set how much each county will pay for lunch, these students who are in free day secondary school. But what happens, Mr. Speaker, like the case of my county, they are supposed to pay 1,000 shillings per month for lunch, which translates to 9,000 per year. But now, each specific school will go beyond that 9,000 shillings, which is set by the county education board. And now you get a school, like a specific school, I don't want to mention the name in my constituency. After the 9,000, they have said you need to pay 3,000 per term for bread. So that translates again to 9,000 per year. So a student will stay home because of 9,000 shillings, which is from Kate. So I need a clarification from the minister on whether schools should go and charge extra beyond what the county education board, are said to be the standard amount for that county. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, as I've indicated, the ministry doesn't require that parents pay for lunch. It is optional. So that the teachers or the head teachers should never ever send students home because of the optional arrangement that they have between themselves and the parents. That is the actual and policy position of the ministry. So we will have to deal with that case in situations where, because it's an arrangement that is optional and that is, for lack of a better word, sort of private, so that you cannot use that to send away students because it's not a legal enforceable requirement.
Okay.
The other issues that relating to the question of free versus the quality. Again, as I indicated, because of these gaps and because of the challenges that are there where, for example, students may not come to school all the time because of these limitations, the quality might be affected. And as I've said, to remove or to adequately address that issue, We just need to ensure that the resources that we request for are allocated and they are ring-fenced to ensure that this